Welcome back. It's Smoking and Toasting. It's show number 133. We are live at B&B Lemon, which has been open less than a year. Chastity, how long? When did it open?
November.
November.
Beginning of November.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I came here, and I've mentioned this on the show before. I came here once in the middle of winter. My good friend Dave was here visiting, and we were looking for a place to go and just grab something to munch on and grab a drink or two. And we wound up over here, and at that time, we didn't come outside because it was really cold that day. But outside the window, we could see this little lemon tree with a huge lemon on it.
One lemon.
And it made me so hopeful. There was something about it that just spoke to the fact that the cold weather would be over soon, and
that one's got one on it over there.
Yeah. Oh, does it? Oh, sure does. All right. Well, this is good. So, Chastity, welcome to the show.
Hi.
Have you been here since B&B opened?
Yes, I have.
And you are the main bartender in charge. Is that correct?
Yes, I am actually the face of BB Lemon, as Ben Berg calls it.
All right. Well, that works. That totally works. Well, so you can come in now. You know her by name, so you can walk in and go, Chastity, and make her think, who is this person? Do I
My
know
hair
this
may be
person?
different.
Do I know them?
Yeah. So, Chastity, were you involved with creating the drinks on the menu, or was that already created and you had to come in and learn how to make them?
So these were created by Monique Hernandez, our
Okay.
beverage coordinator. I actually worked with her previously at our last job, Field and Tides, where she
Okay.
was also a beverage coordinator, and she is perfect at what she does. She does
Wow.
classic cocktails and puts little spins on it.
I just want to point out that my guidance counselor in school never mentioned the words beverage coordinator. Never came out of her mouth.
I didn't even see that in college.
No, and I'm still a little bitter about it. I have to be honest.
You can make it a thing.
So Chastity, how I love to try to mix drinks at home, and some of my drinks are okay, and some of them are not nearly as good as what you would.
I just want to pause this. I've gotten really good at mixing drinks at home. I start with whiskey, and
Yeah.
sometimes I add water or ice.
Okay.
It turns out great every time.
Okay. All right, so I'm with you there. I totally am. But when trying to make something like why can't I make is that a mojito?
That is not a mojito.
Okay,
There's our
it
Uptown
looks-
Kiss.
It looks. I'm sorry. What?
Uptown Kiss.
All right. Well, I can't make a. We'll get to that, but I can't make a good
Makes you wanna
mojito to
sing
save
Billy
my
Joel
life.
songs.
Like I really want to. Be, what is there a secret? And is it following recipes exactly? Is that what the secret
That
is?
is
Really?
very. Monique is very, very specific about her craft cocktails being
Okay.
very spot on, very consistent, and you have to be very precise with them.
Okay. So let's start with the Uptown. What is it? An
The Uptown Kiss.
Uptown Kiss. What is in this exactly? And it does look exactly like a mojito visually, right?
Okay, so like I said, she does a spin on classic cocktails. So that's like a spin on the classic Tom Collins. So you
Okay.
have Tito's vodka. You have our homemade almond syrup, which is our orgeat, crushed mint, and a little bit of Topo Chico, and
Okay.
a splash of citrus.
All right, so
lime
let's back
lemon
up.
juice.
Here's why I fail with cocktails. Homemade almond syrup?
Yeah.
How the hell do you make homemade almond syrup?
It's a process. It
Oh,
is a
I'm
process.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
You
What,
blanch almonds.
You blanch the almonds and then crush them up, and then
You blanch them in the
put
pot,
them in a food
then-
processor. What
yeah.
do you do? Really? Wow.
Literally
Now,
that.
does this need to be sipped through the straw, or can I pour some in a glass and get the same?
I would probably say sip it through a straw because
All right.
we shake it and then we.
And then that's how it
top
has to be tried. Then.
And so this is most similar to a Tom Collins.
Yes.
What we might know.
All
All
right.
right, Ian,
So
go
instead
for
of-
it.
so we-
No, you go for it. I'm gonna go find a straw.
Oh, he's going to find a second
probably
straw.
should've
Okay,
done that.
that's all right. That's all right. We'll make it. So, do you make these one glass at a time?
Absolutely.
Okay,
Oh,
and
sorry.
is that true for all your signature cocktails?
Yes, please.
All right, and
Couple, please.
is there anything about that that's important? In other words, could we make a picture of these if we got the recipe right, or does it really need to be one in the glass?
You probably could make a batch, but
Yeah.
it's just our crafting and making it
Right.
one by one makes
You're
it very
used
special.
to this specific sort of way that it's balanced, and I would say that probably, like anything, it comes with practice too. Like the more
Exactly.
you make this, the better you'll do.
And it's pretty.
And it's beautiful. Yeah,
right.
this huge sprig of mint here.
Are we going to do this
Yeah.
at the same time?
No, you go
like-
for it
Like a
first.
cute
yeah,
milkshake.
yeah,
What's the lady in the tramp?
that's right. You go for it
It's a very
first. So
refreshing cocktail.
wow.
Wow, that is like outside on a summer day right there.
Exactly that.
I love the mint
Wow.
just follows through. And it's not too sweet either.
Nope.
No, the Topo Chico gives it that wonderful sort of thirst-quenching
Uh-huh.
bubbliness, but it's got just a wonderful, like you said, the mint follows the flavor
Yeah.
and stays with it. Do you muddle any mint in this, or do you just stick it in
well,
the
you
top?
slap it, to get the oils out. Then you shake it.
Shake it.
Wow.
And you use the super crushed ice so it's super cold.
Yes, what people call the good ice.
So let me ask you about this. Like a lot of times when I will be out having drinks, I'll go for a whiskey or a tequila or rum, because I wind up sipping those and it moves slower. With this is so delicious. Like I want to just
Oh,
drink the
yeah.
whole
I've
thing.
seen people just
Yeah.
chug that thing like
So
it's water.
how much alcohol? You said Tito's vodka. How much is in this? Like, in other words, if I had two
How
or three of
dangerous is
these,
this
would I?
drink?
Yeah,
If you have 2 or 3, you should be fine.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're not mixing them real heavy.
No, they're
Right.
not really heavy. Like,
Yeah, because I don't really taste a lot of vodka in there. I'm tasting the.
No, there's
Topo
enough to
Chico and
let
the
you know
mint.
that it's there, but it's not.
Right.
It's not real heavy.
Yeah.
Which I
if you
think
had
a
our
lot of
Manhattan,
times.
then you may be on your butt.
Right. Well, I think a lot of times a drink like that's a good one to go in on, because you can have a few more that way rather
Right.
than just two. And
It's a very good point.
And we're in Houston, Texas, so it's always hot, most
Yes.
likely. So.
I was going to say this must be hugely popular, or will be in the summer, because this will be your first summer open, right?
Absolutely. This
Yeah.
is one of our most popular cocktails that on our menu.
I believe it. That's delicious. The Uptown
Kiss.
Uptown
Kiss. Oh, that totally works.
I totally want to
works.
sing the Billy Joel song.
Yeah. All right. So I tell you what. Let's do. Let's try one more in this segment, and then we'll take a break. We'll come back and keep Chastity over a little extra time here. Now this one looks like it's in a martini glass,
A coupe, old school coupe.
old school coupe. Thank you. What is this with the twist of lemon we see on the side?
So
there?
that is our Belle of the Ball, probably our number one
Belle
selling
of the
cocktail.
That's what you guys
Oh,
mentioned when we
yes.
talked about it earlier. You both looked at each other and went, Bell of the Ball.
Boom.
All right, so let's talk about it. What are we tasting when we taste the Belle of the Ball?
Okay, once again, a spin on the classic French 75, LB Forged Gin.
Oh, okay, a French 75 has gotten really popular in the past few years, right?
Very popular. So
Yeah.
you have your Forged Gin, you have lemon juice, homemade lavender simple syrup, and topped with Prosecco.
Okay, so let's just back up. Homemade lavender simple syrup. How do you make that?
So you blanch some lavender seeds and put
So
some
lavender
sugar-
seeds.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Let them steep overnight. Then it has a nice little.
See, I always feel
dark
like I'm
color to it.
really doing something if I just like put some pineapple chunks in vodka and set it on the counter for a few days.
You
I go,
are, you
Look
are."
at what I'm doing. But I've never blanched lavender seeds and let them like overnight.
Then
become,
drink them.
Yeah,
So I'm going to have an issue if my wife watches this show.
Yeah.
We're going to be up here this weekend. She's
Yes.
going to be like, I have
This
to
is her
try
style
this.
of
This
drink, isn't it?
Yeah, she'll
yeah.
be
So
100% on that.
What kind of gin did you say this is?
Forged Gin.
Mm-hmm.
Forged is a very, very good gin.
Wow.
That's
Also very refreshing. I mean, here you start with a couple of things that are really perfect summer drinks because they've got such a refreshing quality to them. And again, two that I would say it'd be easy to just down these
your
very, very
beverage
quickly.
coordinator has a great palate for not making things too sweet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of
Very
these,
well balanced drinks.
a lot of times cocktails, and depending on where you get them, sometimes they're just so sweet. It's
I
just,
agree.
You can't get it out
I
of your
agree.
mouth for a while. You know.
They'll use so much of the simple syrup, or they'll use some sweeter things in the mix that really do. You're right, kind of leave you with that
Yeah.
feeling. But neither of these drinks are that way. They're wonderfully tart, and yet there's still that sweetness that cuts it, so it doesn't become like a sour sort of a thing. It's not
Yeah,
like an
like a
amaretto
lemonade.
sour or a lemonade or something. Right, exactly. Well, that's absolutely. So walk me through this again. Forged gin.
A little bit of lavender simple syrup.
Lavender simple syrup.
lemon
You've got
juice.
some in your cabinet at home. Just use
Yeah,
that.
of course.
Lemon juice.
Lemon juice and top with a little bit of Prosecco.
A little bit of prosecco.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is outstanding.
But it really is. The prosecco gives it a little fizz and gives it that, that refreshing quality.
Yes.
Wow.
Very good, dangerous drinks.
Very yes, very much so. So, all right. I tell you what. You're here. Let's try this third one. That way we don't have to keep you too long.
Yeah, because you still have to work.
Yeah, because you do.
Unfortunately,
You do
yes.
have to work for a living.
So
This one
Look
is,
how beautiful that
and
is.
I want to just really show this to the camera. That is gorgeous. Like it almost looks like a lava lamp. It's what it looks like. What is this one called?
So that's our All the King's Soldiers.
All the King's Soldiers. I love this idea
Yeah.
already.
Classic New York sour.
Okay.
The twist.
It's a New
Now,
York sour.
is this a sipper or a straw or what's the best way to
Say
approach this?
sipper.
You didn't
sipper.
you didn't
Yeah.
serve it with a straw, so
Yeah.
I'm
That's
assuming
usually
it's
a
meant to
sipper
be
drink,
sipped.
yeah.
Okay. All right. So
And is this
Egg white. So
Okay,
if
so
you're
they
allergic to
just
eggs,
do it-
please don't drink that.
so you do it like a gin fizz kind of. You just shake it.
Yeah, shake
Until it's-
shake.
and this
shake
is
the
All
heck
the
out
King's
of it.
Horses. Is that what you said?
All the King's Soldiers.
All the King's Soldiers.
Man,
okay.
look how cool that looks.
Yeah, that is a beautiful cocktail.
Delicious.
Beautiful cocktail. And Ian, we're losing straws there. That was the last straw.
That was-
No, wait, there's one more.
This is the last straw.
I just wanted to say that. It sounded very.
This cruise is the
It
last
sounded
straw.
very
Edge in your
action movie.
mustache.
Yeah.
Okay, I just lost the last straw.
Okay, so now this one strikes me as a more, although it's again very easy to drink, but it strikes me as a little more spirit forward than the last two. Would you say?
Well, this has a very whiskey forward flavor to it, and
There you go.
it's funny because it's very
Pretty.
friendly looking and pretty, yes, almost frou-frou looking. But
Yes.
I'm not afraid to hold it
So,
because I know it's whiskey.
So how do you make this one?
So that one is actually one of my favorites because it has my favorite bourbon, which is Bullet.
It's
yeah.
hard to not like Bullet.
Exactly. So you have some regular Bullet, Frontier, with some lemon juice, egg white, some homemade turbinado syrup, and top with some red wine.
Oh, with red wine, and you know,
That's
I can
what's giving
taste
it
that
the-
in there
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, very, very interesting.
Cool. I
So-
noticed you're stacking these up in front of me. What are you trying to say?
Well, you are the man with the wireless
Are you
mic.
giving me
so-
a ride later?
Yeah. So, Chastity, let me ask you this: when you're obviously making these is what you're doing for your job. So you're behind the bar. People are ordering these things. You're making them up. You're serving them. Now, let's say you're off work. You go out with your girlfriends. Are you going to drink cocktails? Are you going to drink spirits? Are you a beer person? What?
So I am actually a very, as you say, basic person when it comes to my drinking.
Yeah.
I drink Bud Light and I drink rye on the rocks.
Well, we'll applaud you for the rye on the rocks.
We're on a rock.
I do Bullet Rye on the rocks and
Well,
Bud
the rye
Light.
on the rocks. That's tough to argue with. Well, these are absolutely delicious. And you mentioned that your beverage director, basically came up with the recipes for these. How long does it take you, as the bartender, to perfect making them? In other words, how many did you make before you went, okay, I got it?
Okay, so I perfected all of them except for that one the first couple weeks.
Except for All the King's Soldiers.
Yes, because I was putting far too much wine in it, and she caught me one day, and Monique is very vocal when you're doing something bad. She's like, Chastity, what is this? And eventually I got a hang of it, and now they're flawless.
Wow. Well, all three of these are spectacular. All very different from each other, and absolutely spectacular. How many specialty cocktails are on your menu? I mean, obviously, I can come and order a martini or a margarita or something like that. But how many things do you have specialty cocktail wise on the
We
menu?
have 8 specialty cocktails.
Okay. Wow. That's going to keep us busy for a while, Ian.
Well, we're 3 down.
With the read out.
I'm at the bar right now,
All
so
right.
you can come try them.
All right. Well, Chastity, thank you. We appreciate you doing this and
Same.
being on the show.
Thank you so much.
And
By all means, finish those.
last question. If you're a friend of mine, and I know that you know how to make great cocktails, and I invite you over to the house for a party, and there's people all over the place, is it bad form to ask you if you would get back and mix up something wonderful?
That happens almost every single party I go to.
But is it bad form?
Not at all.
I would think it would be. It'd be like, you don't want to. You don't want to bring the.
I know you're off
the-
work, but do you
the
mind
doctor
working?
over?
It's
Well, you don't wanna
different
bring the
because I can
doctor over.
just, drink, and the drinks don't have to be too perfect if I'm out with my friends.
right. So what you're saying is we're not like stepping over a line somewhere.
Absolutely
If
not.
we go,
And most
"Hey,
times
would you
I'll just
mind
put a
making
tip jar out
something?"
there anyway, so it works
see,
out at the end.
Well,
That's
Chastity,
awesome. It's not bad for him to ask.
That's right.
If you don't mind, I put a tip jar out.
Yeah, that's right,
Exactly.
that's right,
Available
yeah.
for weddings, anything.
I love it. Well, these are fantastic. We will enjoy drinking the rest of these, and thank you so much for showing us what these drinks are about.
Thank you guys.
We're doing specialty cocktails at B&B Lemon, and we haven't gotten to the beers yet, so we're going to try some Stone Tropic Thunder Lager in our next segment.
sounds awesome.
Plus, we'll be telling you about some place that I think, Ian, we're going to have to plan a road trip to. The Museum of Beer is opening in San Diego.
That sounds
And
awesome.
we're very excited. So we'll get to that coming up. It's Smoking and Toasting, show number 133. We'll be right back.